Hello everyone and welcome. Today we'll be taking a look at a few highlight viewer submitted matches of StarCraft 2. Get those bingo cards ready. Today's gonna be a cheesy one from what I have been told. The upper right corner, our first map is Ultra Love. We have a blue Protoss player. It is Darth Maul. I kinda doubt, but okay. And the bottom left, their red Terran opponent, the SCVs of Nash the Gash. Sounds unsanitary. I'm gonna go with not a good idea, lads. Probe already starting off evil, villainy, trickery, some might call it. Well, that's a gas steal. Not, I would say, major game-breaking kind of factor. The Terran, I kind of doubt, was planning to take their second gas that quickly. The probe killed off, too. Trading an SCV for a probe. We died together, apparently. Both of the workers fall. The barracks will be completed. There's a second Rex, though. Ooh. Now, if this is going to be for Marines, then obviously the gas does not matter. So non-issue. Reapers, though, as we have being made from the first barracks, that is a little bit of a complication, just because you want that gas if you're going to go for a lot of Reapers. Only 2 Rex, though. Is it going to be a lot of Reapers? I kind of doubt. It's gonna be a lot. Do we have a Byun cosplayer here? A Byun impressionist, maybe? It's gonna be a Marine from the second Rex. Which means this Protoss is just gonna have to kind of deflect some sneaky business, some trickery. There's one SCV with this too, so there is the potential for a bunker to be made. What are they going to go with, though? They're making rinse-repeat. 1 Reaper from the home Rex and 1 Marine from the forward Rex. Really making use of that whole, I'm only going to have 1 gas. They're doing fine with it. Now, I think as the Protoss, you have to be thinking, they're not destroying my gas. Why aren't they destroying my gas? Surely they've made some type of combat unit, right? Yeah, and they've split them up rather well, too. The Reaper went into the main base here, starts to go after some of the workers. Probes, so far, though, unfazed. Marines, distracted by the local pylon and not coming up to help out whatsoever. Battery initiated on the high ground. Reaper jump out. I'm gonna say probably the sentry moves a bit far forward, actually gonna be picked off. The bunker completes. Some Marines can now hide in that bunker and be a bit safer from the stalkers. The Reapers that go back into the main base start picking off the probes. This is a terrible... They're surrounded. This is a terrible spot. Wait, what? Really? You have them surrounded. Why are we leaving? Really? You had the Reapers surrounded... over here, yeah, the Nexus is done. You still had a Stalker, though. Batteries on the high ground, just... I'm gonna go with they panicked. I'm gonna go with they weren't quite thinking things through. They weren't quite maybe ready to deal with it. Maybe there was the first game. Maybe this was their first game of the day, and they're like, man, this game, these people, I'm done with this. It's just tapping out at a 3.5-minute mark. Good grief. I was told the theme of the day was going to be kind of cheesy. I wasn't expecting it to be this type, though. For the second and hopefully longer match of the day, we have the map Pylon here. A red Terran player here in the upper left corner. It is Timbo. Such a friendly sounding name. You can't be suspicious of Timbo. Come on. Timbo, no, he's a great guy. I just borrowed his lawnmower last week. Come on. And their opponent here, the bottom right, the blue Zerg, that is a spawning pool and not much else. It is Reginald. Okay, Sir Reginald. Impressed me. What was this? A 14 pool? I wasn't looking at the supply. I just looked at the spawning pool and kind of rolled my eyes a little bit. We're going for a gas. Okay. So, not just a slowling, here's 4 zerglings type of 14 pool. No. We're also very much so delaying that hatchery. Which you don't really need to if you're not, I would say you're gonna really commit to it. Oh, Sir Reginald of the Roach Warren. Yes. Okay, that makes a bit more sense than why we are cutting, any semblance of economic play. Sir Reginald of the Roach is showing himself. It's a roach rush, huh? Will it be Ravager? You're supposed to send your OVs across. We're supposed to have at least one Overlord on the other side for high ground vision if we're going to do any type of Ravager business. Like, it doesn't even matter what you're doing. You're supposed to send. We have all 3 of them right here, Reginald. We're gonna just end up kind of sweeping the leg out from under our own strategy with this. The command center starts on the high ground, which I wholeheartedly agree with. So I saw Timbo scouting the Natchery location, of course with a complete absence of Natcheries. I have no doubt they looked at it, they noticed, they're like, maybe I should be a little careful. Yeah, I would agree with that. The roaches popping out. We have our first show up. Really? Wait, rally? No rally point. 0 rally point. The second roach. Is it go time? We got 2 roaches. No? Third one? Okay. We're waiting. We're getting there. We supply blocked too. Of course, as you know, making 1 roach at a time, very taxing on the mental fortitude. 3 roaches. Still not go time though. Okay, now, Reginald, when you go for a roach rush, like, part of the key ingredient there is the word rush. Okay, we're taking a very relaxed approach to this. We got Ravagers. We're still not too sure though. We're really just letting the Terran be a campaign level, sit in my base, make siege tanks, and then I go out on the map kind of Terran. Has there even been any follow-up? There's not even a follow-up scout. Was that a Dahaka announcer for the Terran? Interesting choice, I will say. Yes, the good old triple hatch after Roach Ravager Lair Rush. Yeah, so at the 4-minute mark. This is going to go terribly. I absolutely promise you. There's no Overlord for high ground vision. There's already a siege tank here. The Ravagers are the first things up, which means, of course, only one of them is going to be able to fit up the ramp because Ravagers just spent too much time at the Zerg Corral buffet and have their sizing tripled compared to Roaches. Yeah, that's over. It just dies. That ends. Your Roach Rush is done. Well done, Reginald. We successfully swept the leg out from under our own attack by both waiting too long and not having any Overlord in position. So now it's up to the Terran to lose the game. We will see if that is a possibility. Of course, it's always a possibility. Never count a viewer out for snatching. How do we put it? Snatching defeat from the jaws of victory? Yes. I feel like that's a fair assessment. You know what we really need? Another hatchery. And a spire. I have 23 drones to my name. I'm making 3 roaches with no rally point. But you know what? Gosh darn it. I'm gonna scout the Reaper that the Terran forgot existed with my expansion. Yeah. Well, that roach had it out for the Reaper. Oh, the Terran woke up. You should have waited for the second roach to get there. Now the Terran woke up, found the Reaper's like, I made a Reaper. Yes, you did, dear Terran. Who's also going for Cloaked Banshee, it would seem. Terrified, scared to take their own natural without any type of defense. This is how we create turtle Terrans. Okay, this Terran came in here, saw no hatchery. Really, that was all they saw. Just no second hatchery, just no natural base down and planted for the Zerg, and decided to run with it. Making tanks, making bunker, barely, reluctantly taking my expansion. We're going to get that full wall up. They're doing everything fine, I will say. I'm just making fun of the persona because this is exactly how turtle Terrans are made. In case you were ever wondering, do we cook them up in a lab? No, it's childhood trauma related. The wall will be started. Roaches show up. A corruptor. You made corruptors from the spire? Really? The Banshees? Cloak. Yeah, and there's no more ground Zerg. A bunker somehow accidentally destroyed, I feel. Marine Marauder siege tank up against. We're gonna have good old 30 drone roach corruptor, the bludgeon strategy, the low eco bludgeon. Okay, it's like a hammer, but it's actually just a DIY homemade hammer. We got a stick out from the yard and we put a rock on top and tied it with, like, I don't know, twine. Okay, it's not gonna work. It's not very good. We're just as likely to have the top rock come off and hit ourselves in the face when we try to hit somebody with it. It's actually probably more likely to just come off and hit yourself at this point. And I feel like that's probably the best analogy I have. You know what we really need? Flyer attack. Because my 7 corruptors need to deal with the Banshees quicker. So that way they can just stare at the siege tanks that are going to win the game. Yeah. Also, fun fact, the Banshees are out of energy, which means the Terran player cloaked and then promptly forgot that they cloaked. Yeah. I'm going to try to make fun of both of them so it doesn't look like I'm just picking on the Zerg to pieces. Okay, but come on. Like, we are 8.5 minutes into the game and we don't even have a rally point. How do you expect me to put up with this without some type of ridicule? This is what we're here for. I think they somehow accidentally held down the drone key and they coughed or sneezed or something and fell on the D on the keyboard and made a bunch of drones. There are 41 drones now, but I'm sure the Banshees are going to help out with that. Well, you know what would be really nice to deal with those Banshees? The 7 corruptors we made. No, instead we're going to spit on the command center while the roaches die at the meat grinder that is this front wall. 2 bunkers, 2 tanks, 2 marauders, 2 depots. Noah's Ark of the defense build here. They don't even get the command center. I'm sorry, can I get that in instant replay? How close was this? The command center was almost dead. The corruptors come in. We're going to ignore the front wall. All but one of them starts to spit. This one corruptor is going to cost them. I saw 60. It had 60 health. Which means if that one corruptor had actually been spitting on this, they would have gotten the command center. But no, we couldn't even do that. There's probably this one, too. Okay, Timmy somehow managed to turn himself into a corruptor and screw up the one job he had, which was, of course, deal with the Banshees, but then screw up the second job of didn't spit on the command center, which is just an absolute disaster. That was a dumpster fire of a game. Thank you for the submission. That was beautiful. That was a beautiful dumpster fire. I love it. Oh my gosh. There is one more on the menu, and at this point I'm a little scared to take a look at it, but I said I would today, so that's what we're gonna do today. We are back on the map Ultra Love here. The red Protoss. At this time in the bottom left, it is Roshaft, with an interestingly placed pylon. And on the other side, the blue command center of Great Oz. We will put their name to the test. Show me your greatness, Oz. Forge spotted. Okay. Well, they did not lie to me. My replay organizer said today was going to be a cheesy day, and they did not lie to me. Alright. We've got a Forge on the way. We're cannon rushing a Terran, which is ill-advisable, even in the best of situations, but here we are. Gonna do it. Gonna see how it goes. The triple pylon wall completed successfully, yes. SCVs pulled immediately to the low ground, though. Oh. Sending one after the second. Making a bunker right away. That's good. Very good decision. Okay. Bunker on the way. Second cannon. Oh no, that's just another pylon. Well, the probe's picked off, which is always a disaster. Second cannon starts on the low ground. Oh, he's fine. He's not fine. He turned around. He needed just enough shields. Get in the bunker. Probe is picked off. 2 cannons is all we get for right now. I see another probe coming from the other side, but it's going to take a minute to get here. The Marines will deal with the cannon in the bunker plenty fine. The cannon's not even focusing their fire on the bunker, which is going to be fine for the Terran. This was a clean defense, though. Wow. So some people can do it. Some people do know how to do stuff. Alright, got it. Very good. Losing the depot, less than fun, but also not a terrible disaster. The Marines, they just have to pick off these pylons, and then the cannon loses the high ground division. They're good. They're done at this point. Terran player deflected successfully with no panic. What? I'm starting to believe the name. This is indeed a Great Oz. Factory about to complete. I would immediately tech lab it. Cyclone or siege tank. Depends a little bit on what you think the follow-up's going to be. The siege tank deals with the cannons with no recompense, of course, completely scot-free. But if you suspect the follow-up is going to be a Stargate, I would go Cyclone. And we all know there's only really 2 follow-ups to this type of play. It's either Void Rays or Dark Templar. Both of which I think Cyclone deals with reasonably, so I'm inclined to vote Cyclone. Yeah, they're doing it. Hatting the depot, I don't even care, because you've done so well with this so far. Ordinarily, we might mock someone for hatting the depot, but you know what? You don't really need to be dropping mules right now, because you've already got your saturation up and running. At this point, you're fine. I have no complaints about you, Sir Terran. The Cyclone comes out. Can get the lock on even without drawing into the vision of the cannon. Beautiful. Behind this, you might be thinking, what is this brilliant, beautiful Protoss's follow-up to this? How are they spending their time? Surely they're expanding, right? And building up a strong economy to take us into a solid and entertaining mid-game, right, Indigos? You're funny. If you actually think that, you are funny. No, we're making a Void Ray. I've told you. There's only 2 follow-ups to this. It's Void Rays or Dark Templar. Which, Void Rays are essentially just Dark Templar in a ship. So, at the end of the day, it's all Nerazim, right? The Cyclones, both of them get the lock-ons. They will deal with the cannons rather well. We probably should repair, though. I mean, we have an SCV. like right here. It's some semblance of repairs. The Void Ray pops out at a beautiful time, matching the Stalker getting here. Charging up the Void, deals with the Cyclone rather quickly. The battery's already out of energy, though. Some of them spent their energy on trying to heal up the cannons. Oh, this is not good for the Protoss. The Void Ray's picked off. The Stargate is idle. A GG goes out. That was clean. Okay. Wow, that was a stark contrast from some of the other things going on. That was a very clean, very nice hold. Solid defense. Still a cheesy game, but different, a little bit of perspective there. Protoss trying to go for a cannon rush. I have my feelings about it. Going for the Stargate follow-up, I think I have even stronger feelings about it. I don't see why you couldn't just try to expand and macro out of it. I mean, PVT's kind of busted right now. You gotta go for it, I feel. But I guess that's just me. If you enjoyed, be sure to let me know in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a great day.